Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be giving my MLB DraftKings picks for Thursday, September 28th. Only got an 8-game main slate today on this Thursday. And just in my opinion, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys a pretty gross slate. At least I think so. Not a lot of good pitching options I'm really liking today. I would definitely say this is a GPP slate because I feel like all these pitchers carry some risk or they don't really have upside. We only have 2 pitchers over 10K. Steven Strasburg, he is listed at 13-3 against the Pirates, but he's not going to be pitching today. I'm not sure why he's in the player pool. Edwin Jackson's going to be pitching for the Nationals. So you just mark out Strasburg, Kyle Hendricks, and Sonny Gray are 2 pitchers over 10K. I'm not going to be paying up for pitcher today. I like some expensive bats. And if I was to pay up, definitely would play Sonny Gray here at 11,700. He has pitched really well against the Rays this year, and it's a good matchup for Gray to get some strikeouts. We know that Rays team, they do strike out a lot versus righties, but he is really expensive, and I don't think there's any cheap SP2 that you can really pair with Gray. The cheapest guy I like today is Julio Teheran. He's 8,400. And if you pair him with Gray, that does sort of skimp you down in salary. You're not going to be able to pay up for expensive bats, and I definitely think there are some expensive bats you want today. So I'm not going to be paying up for Sonny Gray. Definitely not going to pay up for Kyle Hendricks. I rarely play Kyle Hendricks. Don't think he has a lot of upside. If I was to pay up, I would recommend Gray, but I don't think I'm going to be able to fit him in. There's just too many expensive bats I like. So I'm going to be looking towards the mid-tier for my 2 pitchers. The first guy I like today is Danny Duffy at 9,300 going up against the Tigers. Now this isn't a cupcake matchup for Duffy. The Tigers, they do fare well versus lefties. Definitely a better team versus lefties than they are versus righties. They are pretty much a middle-of-the-pack team when it comes to hitting lefties. Had their numbers in the last 30 days pulled up. Their WOBA, their average was about middle of the pack, same with strikeout rate. So definitely not a cupcake matchup for Duffy, but I don't think it's a bad matchup either. If we just look at this Tigers lineup, their lineup's just not good. Just a ton of hitters that really aren't major league caliber hitters. Ian Kinsler and Nick Castellanos would probably be the 2 guys I would worry about in this lineup. And other than that, Jose Iglesias, Candelario, James McCann, John Hicks, Efren Navarro, Jacoby Jones, Alex Presley, just hitters you're not really going to be afraid of, not really going to be afraid of taking a pitcher against. So I think Danny Duffy is in a good spot here, and I think he can definitely get some strikeouts. There are strikeouts in that Tigers lineup, especially towards the bottom of it. So I like this spot for Danny Duffy. I like the discount you get on him off of Sonny Gray, over a $2,000 discount, and I could definitely see Duffy getting close to Gray, possibly outscoring him. So I'm going to be rolling with Danny Duffy today as my SP1 at just 9,300. I do like this spot for him. I just don't think that Detroit lineup is very good. It's not very imposing, and I think Duffy can definitely return value on his salary. So he is the SP1 that I'm going to be rolling with today. And then for SP2, not a ton of SP2s I'm absolutely in love with today. Pretty much everyone under Duffy carries risk. The guy that I found, though, that I think probably has the least amount or carries the least amount of risk, does have some decent upside in his spot. Julio Teheran at 8,400 going up against the Marlins in Marlins Park. Now, one of the reasons I really like this spot for Teheran, he's going to be getting out of Atlanta and going to Miami, which is a very, very pitcher-friendly park. Teheran has really struggled at home in Atlanta, but today we're getting him on the road in Marlins Park, which, like I said, is a very pitcher-friendly park. So I think Teheran can definitely pitch well here. If you just looked at splits, pretty drastic splits, home and away. So far this year, he's averaging 8 DraftKings points at home, whereas on the road, he's averaging 16 DK points. So pitches a lot better on the road, pitches a lot better out of SunTrust Park. So I do like this spot for Teheran. One thing to take note of, Teheran is known to really struggle against lefties. And if you look at the Marlins projected lineup, they only have 3 lefties in their projected lineup if you don't include the pitcher. D. Gordon, Christian Yelich, and Justin Bour are the 3 lefties in the Marlins projected lineup. Teheran is pretty good against righties, and he does have a decent K rate against righties as well. So I think Teheran can definitely rack up some Ks here. Obviously, very imposing hitters like Stanton and Ozuna could definitely do some damage against him, but those guys also will strike out versus righties. So I liked Julio Teheran here at 8,400. I think that's a reasonable price tag to pay. I think he can get me 20 DraftKings points in the spot. If he does that at just 8,400, definitely will take that, especially on this slate where I think pretty much every pitcher carries risk. You're definitely not going to win this slate with your pitchers. It's going to come from the bats. So if you can just find 2 pitchers that you think can get you combined 30, 40 DraftKings points, then I think that's the combo you go with on this slate. Like I said, just a lot of pitchers on this slate carry a ton of risk, and a lot of them are in pretty bad spots, don't have a lot of upside. So Danny Duffy and Julio Teheran are the 2 pitchers I like that I think can can definitely return value, won't kill me, are guys that I definitely think are sort of safe, especially on this slate. So I like going with Duffy and Teheran as my two pitchers. That leaves me over 4K remaining per player, so some good salary to work with, can fit in some expensive bats, which like I said at the beginning of the video, I think you are going to want some of the expensive bats today. But looking for 3 hitters to fill out my 5 core plays. I'm going to be going to second base for my first play. Not an expensive play here, a cheap play I really like. It's Ozzy Albies at 3,700 going up against Dylan Peters. Now I really like Albies here, getting to face a lefty. Albies does hit lefties a lot better than he does against righties. Albies does bat a lot better from his right side than his left side. So I think it's a good spot for him. Dylan Peters has really struggled as of late. He's had 2 really bad games in a row. So I think you can target some of these Braves bats. A lot of them are pretty cheap, especially the guys towards the top of the lineup. Albies, he's projected about leadoff, obviously 3.7K. Camargo is in there projected about second. He is only 3.3K. Definitely some good value in this lineup if you do want to target some of these guys. Pretty much besides Freddie Freeman, everyone in this lineup is cheap. And they do have a decent total today, 4.5 runs, which is pretty high for this slate. Not a lot of team totals are very high on this slate. So I like Ozzy Albies today at 3,700. This guy does have some good upside, does have really good speed. He will steal bases. He's stolen a base in 2 straight games. Right now, as I'm recording this video on Wednesday night, I believe he stole 2 bases on Wednesday night as well. So he's stolen 4 bases in his last 3 games, which is crazy. Guy has a ton of speed and does have some sneaky power as well with 5 home runs this year. So just an all-around good value play, I think, at just 3,700. He's going to be leading off, should get at least 4, possibly 5 at-bats for just 3,700. Definitely like him for some value today at second base. And then my next play is going to be in the outfield, or my final 2 plays, both going to be in the outfield. One of my favorite plays on this slate, a guy I think you should be locking in today, is Mike Trout at 5,700 going up against Dylan Covey. This is one of the expensive bats I absolutely love here. I don't think you want to fade Mike Trout on this slate, especially since it's pretty easy to fit him in, since I don't think you really want to pay up for pitcher today. You should definitely have the salary to where you can fit in Trout, and it's a very good matchup going up against a terrible pitcher in Dylan Covey. Covey has been absolutely terrible against righties this year, a 448 WOBA, and he has also given up a ton of home runs to righties and lefties this year. 2.53 home run per 9 on the year to lefties and a 2.78 to righties, and also given up a lot of hard contact to both sides of the plate. 54.9% medium contact and 33.3% hard contact to lefties, and then to righties 34.8% medium contact and 40.9% hard contact. So it's an absolutely great spot for the Angels. Definitely a team I'm going to be looking to stack up today. Probably my favorite stack on this slate. And the bats in that lineup are relatively cheap. Pretty much besides Trout and Upton. A lot of guys under 4K. Even guys close to under 3K. Guys like Maldonado, really cheap. CJ Cron, Valbuena, all these guys really good value. And I think they're in a really good spot against a very bad pitcher and a very bad bullpen as well. So absolutely love the Angels today. Looking to get some exposure to the best hitter in the league, Mike Trout. Think he's a great play here, and I think you should definitely be locking him into your lineups on this slate. So I'm going to be rolling with Mike Trout in the outfield for 5,700. And then my final play, going to be getting more exposure to the Angels. Another guy I like from that team is Cole Calhoun at 4K, obviously going up against Dylan Covey. Now, like I just showed you guys, Dylan Covey's been terrible against righties this year, also been terrible against lefties. The hard contact's through the roof, a ton of home runs, 2.53 home run per 9 on the year to lefties, and a 383 WOBA as well. So I'm just going to be looking to get more exposure to the Angels. Absolutely love Cole Calhoun today as well at 4K. Getting the platoon advantage going up against the right-handed pitcher. Calhoun hits righties well, so I think he's in a very good spot here, and he's reasonably priced as well at 4K. So like I said, I love the Angels today, and I'm just going to be looking to get more exposure to that offense with Cole Calhoun in the outfield for 4,000. And yeah, guys, so these are my 5 core plays for tonight. I went with Danny Duffy, Julio Teheran, Ozzy Albies, Mike Trout, and Cole Calhoun. When you go with these 5 guys into your lineup, that leaves you 3,780 remaining per player. So if you do want to build a lineup around this 5, definitely can do that. Or if you just want to plug a couple of these guys into your lineups, feel free to do that as well. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you drop a like on the video, and be sure to subscribe as well. I do have a ton of content coming out for you guys. Daily MLB and NBA videos coming out, along with NFL videos as well every week. So make sure you are subscribed with notifications on, so that way you'll never miss out on any of my new videos. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Good luck tonight, guys. Peace.
Oh, sauce it down, sauce it up. You too much, you too much. Ain't enough. Where you from? Throw it out. Going nuts, yeah, going down. Oh, sauce it down, sauce it up. You too much, ain't enough.